Now we'll see the module 5 material science in the dielectric materials. What are the types of polarization and the internal fields? What are the types of polarization? Here first and foremost thing is electronic polarization, generally seen in the covalent compounds. We know that covalent bonds or the covalent compounds are nothing but the sharing of electrons. So it is nothing but a covalent compounds. In electronic polarization, when a covalent compounds are placed in electric field, displacement of electron cloud takes place relative to the nucleus. This displacement creates a dipole which develops a dipole moment. So what exactly in electronic polarization happens is, since they are covalent compounds, what is happening here is when they are placed in electric field, there is a displacement of electron cloud with the nucleus. Electron cloud is negatively charged and the nucleus is positively charged, due to which there is a separation of charges. Therefore, dipole is been created. This displacement creates a dipole which develops a dipole moment. And electronic polarizability is given by the expression alpha E is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r minus 1 by n, where n is the number of dipoles per unit volume. Electronic polarization is independent of temperature. So here electronic polarization occurs only in the covalent compounds, and such compounds placed in electric field, dipole moment has been created, giving rise to electronic polarization. Next is ionic polarization. It is exhibited by the ionic compounds. When an ionic compounds are kept in an electric field, the displacement of positive and negative ions occurs, developing a dipole moment. So ionic polarization, what is happening? The displacement of positive and negative ions, it is because of ions. So this rise to a dipole moment. When the ions, positive and negative ions gets displaced, dipole moment is been developed. So ionic polarizability alpha I is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r minus 1 by Ni. It is independent of temperature. Next is orientation polarization. Polar molecules exhibit this mechanism. We have seen what are polar and non-polar dielectrics. So only polar molecules exhibit the orientation polarization. It is nothing but the aligning themselves. When polar molecules are kept in electric field, already existing dipoles tend to align in the direction of the applied field. This increases the dipole moment. So what is happening here? Polar molecules means already they have some net dipole moment because the centers are not coincided. They are already existing a dipole moment. So such molecules, when kept in an electric field, tend to align in the direction of the applied field. So they are arranging themselves in the application of the electric field. This increases the dipole. Already they have a dipole moment, and because of this there is still more increment in the dipoles. So increment in the dipole moment, there is an increment in the dipole moment. Now ionic polarizability alpha naught is equal to mu square by kT. Here it is dependent on temperature. We have seen the other two types of polarizations are independent, but this is dependent on temperature. How the dependency is, alpha naught is proportional to 1 by T, that is inversely proportional. So total polarization alpha is equal to alpha E plus alpha. Total polarization alpha is equal to alpha E plus alpha I plus alpha naught, which is nothing but electronic polarization, ionic polarization and orientation polarization. Next we will see the internal field. What is the internal field? The total electric field at an atom site in a dielectric material due to applied external electric field and the induced various fields is called as an internal field. What does it says is, there are due to the total electric field at an atom site is in a dielectric material is because of applied electric field. Due to applied electric field there is an induced fields. The sum of these applied electric field and induced fields leads to the internal fields. Now we will see the expression for the internal fields. Expression for the internal field by the Lorentz method. Consider an atom or a dipole A at the center of the imaginary spherical cavity of large radius compared to the intermolecular distance. In a dielectric placed, when a dielectric is placed between the two plates of a parallel plate capacitor. Always remember, dielectric is placed between the area of the parallel plate capacitor. The distance between the two capacitors are filled with the dielectric material. That is what it is meant set here, and you can look at the figure over there. In between the two capacitors, there is a dielectric material. Now the electric field at a point A, electric field at a point A is called the internal field EI. That means at a point A, EI is the internal field which is given by the Lorentz equation. EI is the sum of electric field due to E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus E4. That is sum of all the sum of all the different position. EI is nothing but the summation of E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus E4. So all this leads to the internal fields. We have seen in the definition where the internal field is the sum of applied electric field and also various internal fields that are being developed. This is equation 1. Now what is E1? E1 is a field due to charge density on the plates of a capacitor. That is, E1 is equal to E plus P by epsilon naught. That E1 is nothing but due to the charge density on the plates. Next we will see E2. E2 is nothing but the field due to polarized charges induced on the plane ends of the dielectrics. That means this is because of the polarized charges. Therefore E2 is equal to minus P by epsilon naught. Let that be equation 3. Now E3. E3 is the field due to polarized charges induced on the surface on the spherical cavity. See here in the E2, it is the polarized charges induced on the plane ends of the dielectrics. But here E3 is due to the polarized charges induced on the surface on the spherical cavity. So there is a difference. So E3 is equal to P by 3 epsilon naught. And E4. E4 is nothing but the field due to all the dipoles inside the spherical cavity. There is two parts. One is plane end of dielectric and the other one is surface of the spherical cavity and inside the spherical cavity. So E4 is the field due to all the dipoles inside the spherical cavity. The charge resides only on the surface of the conductor. Inside there is no charge, therefore E4 goes to 0. Adding from equation 1 and adding all the 2, 3 and 4, internal field EI is equal to E is applied field plus P by epsilon naught minus P by epsilon naught plus P by 3 epsilon naught plus 0. We are putting equation number 2, 3 and 4 values of E1, E2 and E3 in this equation. You are getting as EI is equal to E plus P by 3 epsilon naught. This is the equation. Now expression for the internal fields in 1 dimension, 3 dimension, dielectrics and Lorentz fields. Internal field in 1 dimension dielectric field is EI is equal to E plus 1.2 into mu induction by pi epsilon naught into AQ, where E is the applied electric field, A is the interatomic distance and mu is the induced dipole moment and epsilon naught is the permittivity of the free space. Internal field in 3-dimensional dielectric material EI is equal to E plus gamma into P by epsilon naught, where polarizability P is equal to mu induction by AQ and the internal field constant gamma is equal to 1 by 2 by pi. So the Lorentz field EL is equal to E plus P by 3 epsilon naught, where gamma is equal to 1 by 3 for cubic dielectric. So substituting all these values, we are getting here as internal field for 3-dimensional cubic material is called as a Lorentz field. Now what is internal field, local field, Lorentz field in solids? So internal field is nothing but a local field. It is also called as a Lorentz field in solids. Internal local field is the resultant field experienced by a molecule for an atom in a solid due to external field and the fields produced by the dipole. So internal field is nothing but it is a force experienced by the external field as well as the induced fields inside the dielectric. So it is nothing but a resultant field experienced by a molecule by an atom in a solid due to the external field and the fields produced by the dipole. So internal field is a sum of the applied field and the induced fields. E1, E2, E3 and E4 are nothing but the induced fields due to which the total internal field is the sum of external applied field and the induced fields. This is what is meant by internal fields given by the Lorentz field. So it is called as a Lorentz field or internal field or the local field. Thank you.